In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can download Ollama and then you install Ollama. And I'll also show you how to custom build your AI. Say you want to custom build Ollama model to suit your needs. How will you go about it? I will show you how you can do that by simply running a few lines of code and getting your model running. Let's get into it. So to download Ollama, the first thing you need to do is you go to Ollama website, so ollama.com. I'll put a link to it in the description below. So you can see when you come to ollama.com, you have the blog, the Discord and all that. So then the first thing you see is download. So to download, simply click on download and then it will show us the operating system that you want to download it for. So in our case, we are downloading it for Mac OS. So you simply click on Mac OS and as you can see, it's being downloaded here. Let's go back. Now that our model is successfully Ollama is successfully downloaded, let's go and install it. I'll simply click on the file that has been downloaded, unzip it, and then I'll click on it. So I'll have a prompt asking me, is Ollama is an app downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? I'll just click on yes, and then move to applications. And that's it. You can see that is it. You've successfully downloaded Ollama. So you can see at the top here that is showing that quit Ollama or keep it running. So I'm going to search for my terminal and run Ollama on it. So now that we've successfully installed Ollama, let's open our terminal and start running some queries. So the first thing we need to do is that to be sure that it's successfully installed. So let's do Ollama and see. So you can see that Ollama is successfully installed. So you can see some of the commands we can run. Say we want to create a model, we use create. If you want to pull a model, so you pull, you push, so you list. So let's see whether we have some models available. So the first thing we need to do is so Ollama list. So you can see we don't have any model available for us. So we need to pull some models into on our local machine before we can actually query from that specific model. So let's go back to Ollama's website and take a look at some available models. So back to the website. So you simply just click on models and then you can see that Ollama is having a lot of models available that you can use. So you can just take a look at a model that fits a project you are trying to build. So say you want to build a project related to coding, you have to take a look at a model that fits that. So let's see Coda. So you can see Code Gamma and stuff like that are all available. Command R plus. So you just take a look at a model that fits the project that you are trying to build and then you run that. So you can also filter the models based on the latest, the most popular, the newest and stuff like that. So say you can also pull a model based on a specific version that is available. Say we choose Gamma and we come here. You can actually pull a specific version of it. Whether the instruct, you want to pull this one, you want to pull the latest, you want to pull the 7B. So you can pull a specific version of it. So it's just a tag. So you can pull a specific version of it by using a tag at the end of the name. So say I want to pull this. I want to pull this particular Ollama Gamma to run on my local machine. I want to build a project based on this particular model. So I simply just have to run Ollama run Gamma and then I'll pull it directly into my local machine. Let's go back to our terminal and see how we'll do that. So we'll come back here, say we paste Ollama run. So and then we'll do a column, then we'll write 70B. So that will mean that this is the version that is going to pull. But in our case, we don't want to pull that. We just want to pull the latest. So Llama 3. So that is being pulled to our machine. So let's wait while that is done. So it's going to take time based on the speed of your internet. You can see we are downloading 4.7 gig size file. So it's going to take a little bit of time to download, and I'll fast forward it to when it's done. So Llama 3 has been successfully pulled into my machine. So let me try and see. So let's confirm that. Ollama list. So we can now see that we have a model called Llama 3 that has been put to our machine. So now let's try and run this Llama 3 and run some queries. So to run a model, so you need to do Llama Ollama, then run, then the name of the model. So Llama 3. So let's wait. So the speed of the response will be based on the speed of your machine. So my machine is not that strong. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to ask it a basic question that will not take too long to generate a response. So let me just do 1 + 1 equals. Then let me see. So it's taking a little bit of time. So you can even see my video is lagging a bit. So the answer is so you can see 1 + 1, the answer is 3. So I asked another question, what is your name? And you can see the response has been generated. So at this point, you can basically ask it any question and it's going to answer. So another thing you need to take notice of is that anytime you want to run a specific model, you need to pull the model and then you can query the model. You can query that specific model. So say, let's go back to the website. So say I'm not using Llama 3 and I'm using a different model. So say I'm using Pi 3. So let's try and pull that to and run a different model. So I'll open another terminal. So I just open another terminal. So I'm going to pull this model too, and then I'll run both concurrently. My machine is not strong, so I'm not sure it's going to give me a lot of, I'm hoping my machine will not crash, but let me pull the model first. So Ollama. So to pull the model, I'm going to do Ollama run Pi 3. So it's going to pull the model first. So this is just a 2 gig model. So let's wait. I'll fast track that till it's done. I just splitted my terminal into 2. So you can see one here, another one here. So now let's see how many models I have. So Ollama list. So now we can see that we have the Pi 3 and then Llama 3. So I'm going to run the Pi 3 here and I'll run Llama 3 here. So you can run, it means that you can run multiple models on your machine. It just depends on how strong your machine is. So in my case, I'm hoping my machine will not crash. So to run it, I'm just going to do Ollama run Pi 3. Then here I'll do Ollama run Llama 3. So you can see that the Llama takes a lot of time. So let's wait for that to run. So let me ask the Pi 3 a question. So the same question I asked earlier. So 1. So as you can see, so 1 + 2 is equal to what? So let's wait for that. So the sum of 1 + 2 is 3. So 1 + 2 is 3. So let's ask Ollama 2. So 1. Llama 3. Let's ask Llama 3. 2 is equal to what? So you can see this is taking a little bit of time to get me an answer. So the thing is, the bigger the model, the heavier it takes time to run, or the heavier it takes infrastructure to run. So you can see, because this one, you can see the sizes. This is just 2.3 gig. This one is 4.7. So basically Llama 3 is very big. So you can see the answer straightforward is 3. So you can see that. So you can ask, at this point, you can keep asking a lot of questions and then they'll answer. So let me exit from them. So buy, then /buy. Now the next phase is I'm going to show you how to create your own custom model. So let's go to VS Code and let me show you that. So here I have my VS Code open. So the first thing we need to do is let's take a look at the documentation on how to get that done. So come back to the website. So go to GitHub and then you scroll down. So here you can see a whole lot of documentation relating to Ollama. So if you want to run Ollama, so this is the command you use. So you can see the models, the size, the parameters and stuff like that. You can see all that here. So if you want to customize your prompts, how do you go about it? If you want to create a model, so you can come to their GitHub, take a look at their documentation and stuff like that. So if you are trying to create a desktop app, if you are building a terminal base, if you are building with databases and stuff like that, so you can come and take a look at it, the documentation here. But in our case, we want to build a custom model, so let's get into that. So you can see that when we're looking at the commands, you can see that we use the create command to create a model. So let's go back to it. So you can see that the first thing we need to do is that we need to import Ollama. So if we want to create a model, a custom model, we need to import Ollama, set a parameter, and then you set the system. So the system will show the bot how to tailor, how to be tailored to your specific needs. So let's just copy this file and go back to our VS Code. So let's create a file. I'm going to call this file model file. So where do I want to save it? So let me save it on my desktop. So yes, replace it. So I'll paste that here. So automatically it will detect the file. So it detected that yes, it's a Python file, but then it doesn't matter. As you are seeing these error warnings here, it doesn't matter. It will still run. It doesn't matter. Don't be worried about that. So we have import from Llama 3. So if you want to build your custom model based on a specific model, so this is where you import it. So the first thing you need to do is that you do import, then the name of the model. So say I want to use a specific tag of the model. So I'll just do tag column, then I'll add the tag to it. But in my case, I'm not going to use a specific model, a specific tag or version of the model. So I'm just going to leave it this way. So then I'll set the parameter to 1. So the parameter is how precise or how creative the model is supposed to be. So I'm going to leave my creativity to be 1. So this is where you specify how you want your model to behave. So in my case, I want my model to behave like it's an assistant model for Asana. So in my case, this is where you give a scenario of how you want the model to behave. So in my case, let's do something custom. So I'm not going to use the Mario model that custom Mario model that is being listed here. So I want to give something custom for us to see. So I have something created here. So the system, then you state how you want your model to be. So in my case, I say you are a helpful AI assistant for Arsenal Football Club, an English professional football club based in Holloway, North London. Answer as Arsenal, the assistant, Arsenal, the assistant only. So I want my model to be tailored for this particular purpose only. So every question that I ask this particular model, my custom model should be related to Arsenal Football Club. So that is it. So the next thing is that let me open my terminal and create this particular model. So to create the model, the first thing I need to do is I need to make sure that I'm in the directory as the file that I'm creating. So let me save the file first. So save. Now that I've saved the file, so I need to be in the directory. So remember, I saved the file on the desktop. So let me cd into that. So now I'm going to create my custom model. So first of all, let's see the models that are available for us. So Ollama that we have. So you can see that we have 2 models now. So the next thing we need to do is that I want to create a model. So to create a model, you need Ollama create, then the name of your custom model / then you do the you specify the file that you just created. So Ollama create, then what do we want to call our model? So I'm going to call my model Arsenal, then F, then dot the name of the file, so / model file. So as you can see, our custom model is created. So let's do lists. So you can now see that Ollama So you can now see that we have a custom model that has been created for us. So now that our model is successfully created, let's open a terminal and run it and see. So I'm opening another terminal. So to run the model Ollama, run, then the name of the model. So let me paste that just because I want to get the spelling right. So now you can see that we are running the Arsenal model. Let me ask it a question. Who are you? So let's wait for that. So yes, you can see that it has responded. I am Arsenal, a helpful AI assistant for Ghanaians. I'm here to provide you information and answer your questions about Arsenal Football Club and stuff like that. So you can see that the response it gave me is related to Arsenal Football Club. Let me ask it another question. Who is the current coach of Arsenal? So you can see that it has also responded to this particular question, and the answer is related to Arsenal as well. So this is how you can create your own custom models. So another thing you need to know is that after you create a custom model, you have to fine-tune and train the model to answer questions related to the purpose for which you have created it. So now you can see how easy it was for me to actually to install Ollama on my machine, build a custom model and run it. So in my next video, I will show you how to deploy Ollama using a GUI, where you are going to have an interface like how ChatGPT is. And then I'm also going to build custom applications using this particular large language models. So subscribe, turn on your notification, and be expecting a deep dive on how to use Ollama to build custom applications and stuff like that. See you in the next one.